Here's a number that should make every American senior pay attention right now. Over 4.2 million seniors qualify for government rent assistance but never apply. That means billions of dollars in housing help goes unclaimed every single year. Meanwhile, nearly half of all renters over 65 spend more than 30% of their income just keeping a roof over their heads. Some of you watching right now are choosing between buying groceries and paying rent. That stops today. The federal government has programs that can pay 70% or more of your monthly rent. We're talking about real money, sometimes over $1,500 every month going directly to your landlord. And you might qualify even if you think you make too much money. Stay with me because this could save you thousands of dollars. Let me show you exactly how serious this housing crisis has become for American seniors. The average rent in the United States has jumped to over $2,000 per month in 2024. But here's the painful truth. The average Social Security check is only about $1,907 monthly. Do the math with me. That means rent alone would consume more than 100% of many seniors' entire income. This isn't sustainable. According to the National Council on Aging, over 17 million Americans aged 65 and older are considered economically insecure. That means they struggle to afford basic necessities, including housing. Food prices keep climbing. Medicare premiums increased again this year. Property taxes never stop rising. Something has to give, and for too many seniors, that something is their housing stability. The consequences of unaffordable housing are devastating our senior community. Every year, over 200,000 Americans over 65 experience homelessness. That number has increased by 33% in just the last decade. But even seniors who keep their homes face impossible choices. A Harvard study found that severely cost-burdened older renters cut back on food spending by 25% compared to those with affordable housing. They skip medications. They turn off the heat in winter. They isolate themselves because they can't afford gas to visit family. This is not how Americans who work their entire lives should spend their golden years. The good news is the federal government agrees with me. That's why they've created multiple programs specifically designed to help seniors like you afford safe, decent housing. These programs exist. The money is available. You just need to know how to access it. Let's start with the biggest program available. Section 8, Housing Choice Vouchers. This program is administered by the Department of Housing and Urban Development, also called HUD. Here's how it works. If you qualify, the government pays a portion of your rent directly to your landlord. You only pay about 30% of your adjusted monthly income toward rent. The voucher covers the rest up to a fair market rent limit in your area. For example, if your monthly income is $1,500, you would pay approximately $450 for rent. The voucher could cover another $1,000 or more, depending on where you live. The best part is you can use this voucher for any housing that meets program requirements. You're not stuck in government buildings. You can stay in your current apartment if your landlord accepts vouchers. Now let me tell you exactly who qualifies for Section 8. Income limits vary by location, but generally you must earn below 50% of your area's median income. For a single senior in most parts of the country, that means earning under roughly $32,000 annually. In higher cost areas like California or New York, limits can reach $40,000 or more. Here's something most people don't realize. Social Security income counts, but the calculation uses your adjusted income. That means certain deductions apply. Medical expenses over 3% of your income get deducted. If you're over 62, you get an automatic $480 annual deduction. These deductions can push you under the limit even if your gross income seems too high. To apply, contact your local public housing agency. You can find yours by calling HUD's hotline at 1-800-955-2232. The second major program is HUD's Section 202 Supportive Housing for the Elderly. This is different from Section 8 because these are actual apartment buildings built specifically for seniors. They're designed with your needs in mind. Think grab bars in bathrooms, wheelchair-accessible units, emergency call systems, and often community spaces for socializing. Rent in Section 202 buildings is also set at 30% of your adjusted income. No voucher needed because the subsidy is built into the property itself. These buildings often include supportive services too. Things like transportation to medical appointments, wellness programs, and service coordinators who help you access benefits. To qualify, at least one household member must be 62 or older. Income limits are similar to Section 8. You can search for Section 202 properties near you at the HUD Resource Locator website. Program number 3 is traditional public housing. Many people have outdated ideas about public housing, picturing rundown high-rises from decades ago. Today's reality is very different. Many public housing developments for seniors are well-maintained communities with modern amenities. Some are garden-style apartments. Others are single-story units perfect for seniors with mobility concerns. Rent works the same way. You pay about 30% of your adjusted income. A senior receiving $1,500 in Social Security might pay around $450 monthly for a 2-bedroom apartment. Public housing often has shorter waiting lists than Section 8 vouchers in many areas. Some communities report wait times of just 6 to 12 months compared to years for vouchers. Apply through your local public housing agency. You can apply to multiple programs simultaneously to improve your chances. Here's a program most seniors never hear about: the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, called LIHEAP. While not directly a housing program, it helps you afford to stay in your home by paying heating and cooling bills. The average LIHEAP benefit is around $500 per year, but some households receive over $1,000. In cold weather states, benefits can be even higher. If you qualify for LIHEAP, you likely qualify for weatherization assistance too. This program makes free energy-efficient improvements to your home. New insulation, weather stripping, and even furnace repairs at no cost to you. These improvements can reduce your utility bills by $200 to $400 annually going forward. Apply through your state's LIHEAP office. The National Energy Assistance Referral Hotline is 1-866-674-6327. Let me share some insider tips to get approved faster. First, apply to multiple programs and multiple housing authorities at once. You can be on waiting lists in different counties simultaneously. Second, gather your documents before applying. You'll need proof of age, citizenship or eligible immigration status, income verification like Social Security award letters, and bank statements. Having everything ready speeds up your application. Third, ask about local preferences. Many housing authorities give priority to seniors who are homeless, living in substandard housing, or paying more than 50% of income toward rent. If any of these apply to you, make sure to document it. Fourth, update your application every year and whenever your circumstances change. A decrease in income or health changes could move you up the list. Finally, consider smaller towns or rural areas where waiting lists are typically much shorter. Now let me warn you about mistakes that get seniors rejected or stuck on waiting lists forever. Mistake number 1 is not responding to mail from the housing authority. They send annual updates and requests for information. Miss one deadline and you're removed from the list completely. Always update your address and check your mail carefully. Mistake number 2 is underreporting income. Be completely honest. They verify everything with Social Security and the IRS. Getting caught means permanent disqualification. Mistake number 3 is not reporting all household members. Everyone living with you must be listed, including grandchildren you're raising. Mistake number 4 is assuming you don't qualify. I've seen seniors with pensions, part-time income, and savings still qualify based on adjusted income calculations. The deductions for medical expenses and elderly status make a huge difference. One more critical mistake to avoid: falling for housing scams. Sadly, criminals target seniors looking for housing help. Never pay anyone who promises to move you up a waiting list. Waiting lists cannot be bought. Never pay application fees to anyone except the official housing authority. Most legitimate applications are free. Never give personal information to callers claiming to be from HUD unless you initiated the contact. Real housing authorities contact you by mail first. If someone guarantees you'll get a voucher or apartment, that's a scam. No one can guarantee approval. Report suspected scams to HUD's hotline at 1-800-347-3735. Protect yourself by only working with official public housing agencies. You can verify any agency through HUD's official website. Your local area agency on aging can also connect you with legitimate resources. Let me summarize everything you need to do right now. First, call HUD at 1-800-9552-232 to find your local public housing agency. Second, apply for Section 8 vouchers, Section 202 senior housing, and public housing simultaneously. Third, apply for LIHEAP energy assistance at 1-866-746-327. Fourth, gather your documents including proof of age, income, and citizenship. Fifth, apply to housing authorities in nearby counties to increase your options. Remember, you could save over $1,000 every single month. That's $12,000 or more per year staying in your pocket. The money exists, the programs exist, you just have to apply. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because next video I'm covering the little-known Medicare programs that pay for home modifications to keep you safe. Don't miss it.